So, this is the 1983 Maicos 490, and the conversion is complete. It now has front and back disc brakes. So, starting with the back disc brakes, you can see that we have this holder welded on there. We have this bolted into the frame, and then we have a 86 Maicos front pedal or brake pedal, and typically these right here usually hit on the bolt here at the swing arm. Unfortunately, that's too far forward, so this was welded on, and there's an adjustment there. So adjust the pedal so that keeps it from back flipping over. And that's the final bit there. And you can see the back modification here. This was cut and bolted onto a special plate that was made, and another piece was welded into here, because you can see that this was still the original rear swing arm. So the back caliper was done by RB Designs, and the piece that's welded on the swing arm, as well as this front whole conversion, was done by Psychometrics. So let's go over the whole bike since I've had it. So the front end used to be drum brakes. These are the original Maicos forks on it. So now we have Honda CR 1987 front forks. We have my old 1986 CR500 front tire and front disc brake and caliper, as well as lever up here. I of course added these bark busters. We have these tugger straps on the front and on the back here. This tank used to be the stock tank, and now it's the desert version of the tank. Added this, which is the auxiliary tank. Gas tank, it's about 1.08 gallons. The next modification we have is hydraulic brakes, hydraulic clutch. Hydraulic clutch cable. Part of that modification for this piece here was also done by RB Designs. I do have a breakaway gas line. And of course the 92 CR500 rear tire and brake disc, and then this is off a Husqvarnas 99 rear caliper. And then we have the 86 Maicos front brake and modifications. So the last thing that I did with this bike was, this bike used to be a Spider. It had 4-speed gearbox, and now, a few years ago when I rebuilt it, I found gears, shifting forks, and a shifting cam from an 85 or 86, the XE transmission, which essentially makes it a sand spider then. The gear ratios match a sand spider. The only difference between that and the sand spider gears, the sand spider gears are marked D. And so these ones I believe were originally FL. But the difference between the D and the XE is really one of the middle gears. The shifting fork is on the opposite side. That's the only difference. So essentially this is a sand spider because of that. So that's pretty much all the mods that I've done with this bike then, since I've had it. Of course, the rear shock at one point broke. I had to replace it. But now it has front and back disc brakes. And also that the none of the components that make up the drum brake has been changed. So, for example, this location of where you bolt this on is the same for the drum brake still, and nothing was changed back here on the swing arm, except for adding on this piece over here, which would be just ignored if we put the old tire back on. So essentially you could run this with you could put drum brakes back on it on the back, so it wasn't modified in a way that it couldn't just bolt it back on. So this bike is actually capable of doing either one, drum or disc brakes. And of course I just will keep on the disc brakes. I did give it a quick test down the straight. Works pretty good. I'll have to give it a trail ride and see what happens. It's the next step. Bike hadn't been started in a year. Just put gas in it and a few kicks, it started right up. Then I had to clean the carb, mostly because after I parked it, I drained the carb. So less likely that something would dry up in the pilot jet, which usually what happens. The pilot jet usually gets clogged. Yeah, you can see the same puddle over here. And as you can see how that works is that middle piece does hit off of the swing arm bolt to stop it. Yeah, and this is a later model. So yep, and that's it.